Here are the moments from episode 31 of Beyond the Gates I think you should know about. Fresh off the fashion show, Samantha wants to be a model, but first, we have to talk about my worlds colliding. My two favorite characters, Shanice and Leslie slash Dana slash Anna, and now slash Lulu meeting.
The name's Shanice, and you are?
So happy to finally make your acquaintance. I have heard so much about you.
Your name?
Lulu. Lulu Lenhart.
That was great. And I just knew there was going to be some interaction between those two because you just don't go to Garland Memorial and not see Shanice. So obviously, Shanice's guard is up. She wants to know, who is this woman? Of course, Leslie was there. Dana was there. Anna, Lulu was there. Lulu Lenhart. I'm sure the writers are having so much fun. And Trisha, you are killing it. Ernestine killing it as well as Shanice. But just, I have not seen anyone be able to embody so many different characters in a soap opera since Eileen Davidson playing Kristen DeMera. And if you know, you know.
Kristen, you are mean. But I'm not scared of you, and you know why? Because I was triumphant once before.
So yeah, I love Leslie, Dana, Anna, and now Lulu. But she was there at the hospital to check on Laura to see if what she injected in her saline bag actually worked. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but she had a heart attack, I think they said, which is wild. Now, of course, she was in the hospital, so they were able to monitor her. But yeah, insane. And then I Googled like potassium, and high potassium does cause a heart attack. Please, I'm not a doctor. I just went on Google. If that's wrong, then it's going to be wrong. So she is ensuring that Eva gets to stay at Ted and Nicole's place for just a little bit longer because the doctor said they're going to keep Laura there for a few more weeks. So sorry to that actress. You are missing out on screen time because I know it is a job and you got bills just like we all do. But it's going to be worth it because I think they're going to bring you back once they wrap up this Ted Leslie storyline. Speaking of, I don't know when they're going to wrap it up because Eva really wants to be a part of their family, you know? And I think she's going to convince her mom not to break up their marriage or tell what happened, or, you know, we don't even know about the results from that DNA test. So maybe Eva finds out that Ted is actually not her father. And then the way that she could play this, which would be so sad, but, you know, would ruin a relationship with her mom, though that relationship is very manipulative. I will say, even though Dana is one of my favorite characters, it's very manipulative. But, you know, she could say, my mom didn't tell me any of this, and I'm just as in the dark as you all were, because she really wants to be a part of their family. And she did not like it whenever they suggested that once Laura is back, that she get a job at the country club as a hairstylist, because Eva has ambition, a lot of ambition. And if Kat doesn't give Tomas some of that cat, Eva is going to give Tomas some of the cat. They had some scenes together. Of course, they were at Orphe Jeans. And Tomas and Kat, they spoke and they were talking about going. She wanted him to go to her birthday party. And girl, have sex with him, because if not, I'm going to have to pull up to Fairmont Crest and take one for the team because Tomas, yes. So anyway, after Kat and Tomas leave, Eva is there. And Tomas stops and sees her, and they talk, and they're kind of flirtatious. And he watches her walk off, because Tomas is no good. All men are bad. All men are shit. I think I said that in one of my prior videos. But yeah, he watches Eva walk off because he wants that as well. So going back to what I said in the beginning of the episode, Samantha now wants to be a model. And I'm so surprised that Chelsea didn't say, girl, oh, she did try to discourage her, but then she should have said, just let my mom handle this. Like, I'm going to cart you off to my mom. You are my first cousin once removed. I don't know how Martin's going to take this, me pulling you into this world that I'm trying to leave. But Samantha is so dead set on becoming a model. And also, I saw a very funny video from the actress who's 30, mind you, or she was born in 95, I think. I Googled, because she did a video that said something like, whenever you're always playing teenagers. So I'm sure it's such a fun time playing a teenager whenever you're either 30 or nearly 30 years old. But she does it well. It comes across as very genuine. She gives teenager very well. But now she has to ask her dads. And of course, the storyline with Tyrell is still there. And Smitty and Martin, they had brunch together and they talked about their love. Martin gave Smitty one of his favorite pens to write, which in journalism, no one uses pens. I mean, some people do, but it's all electronic now. But I think it is very sweet. And they had some good moments there. And yeah, now Samantha has to ask if she can be a model. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. And it was a nice, slow segue back into all the craziness. Oh, one last story I did not mention. The Andre documentary. Of course, the nurses are kind of like, dude, there's a camera here. Like, we're not going to talk to you. Like, it was cool with those interviews up against that flat back wall, but not while we're having our nurse talk. And, you know, like, in every field, you talk about things that you wouldn't necessarily want a documentarian recording. And so whether it's HIPAA or how you can't stand a patient, like they don't want Andre catching that. So he catches Ashley kind of being reprimanded by this doctor for having the decimal in the wrong place for some medicine she administered, which that is important because we had a family friend who had a heart attack because she was given the wrong dosage of a medicine and she won a big lawsuit. Unfortunately, she became addicted to drugs and passed away many years ago. But all that to say, yeah, you mess up a decimal point and you put a decimal in the wrong space and you could give a patient the wrong medicine. But Ashley didn't. She just charted it wrong, and Andre captured that. Now, I don't know how much he really captured because I don't see any microphones and this wobbly handheld thing he's going. I guess it's very guerrilla style shooting. I don't know. Anyway, that is why I have a tripod and I'm not holding this camera and I'm sitting down because that's how you get the best sound and the best audio and video. But regardless, we're going to see how this documentary turns out. And of course, Derek shows up while he's, filming her. And she breaks down and cries about having him as a patient. Yeah, just keeping that love triangle alive. That's what that's what they're doing. That's what this documentary is all about, to keep Andre engaged in the story. Anyway, it is hump day, so I'm going to get off here and head to the gym. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 32 of Beyond the Gates.